Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and let's get into this episode. This episode is going to be The Cisco Kid. We don't have an original air date, and the title is Much Ado About Mavericks. Let's get into it, and thanks for listening.
Amigos, this is the Cisco Kid. Come ride with Poncho and me on this exciting adventure which we have called Much Ado About Mavericks. The town of Cottonwood, Arizona, like any other frontier town in the territory, was a sleepy, lethargic place on the dusty summer afternoons in the 1870s. It was therefore hardly to be expected that the arrival of a mild-mannered, immaculately dressed Easterner would cause the riotous commotion it did.
Hey, Coke, would you look at what's riding up in the box alongside the stagecoach driver?
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes, Laramie.
Why, that dude's plumb loco, wearing a high silk hat and a swallow-tailed coat in this part of the country. Now, why would an hombre like that be stopping off in a town like Cottonwood?
All right, folks, here we go. Goodbye, Mr. Hotchkiss. Giddy up there, you chicken. Farewell, driver. Adieu. Thank you. My sincerest gratitude for your courtesy, driver of yon winged coach. Au revoir, fellow passengers. Auf Wiedersehen.
Fellow passengers, farewell.
Hey, Coke, he's heading this way now.
Yeah, hey, let you and me have a little fun with the dude, Laramie.
What are you aiming to do, Coke?
I'll put my chair over here across yours, like this. Now, when he passes it, I'm going to put my foot out and trip him. I want to see the shape of that head under that high silk hat.
I deign to ask your pardon, gentlemen. May I pass between you?
Why, sure, mister. Would you like for me to dust off the sidewalk for you so you won't dirty your pretty patent leather shoes, Mr.
Homer Hotchkiss. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr.
Coke Jeffers. This here hombre is Laramie Kittredge.
How do you do, Mr. Jeffers? Mr. Kittredge. I'm pleased. Well, it's been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Good day, sir, and you, sir.
Pleasure's all ours, Homer.
Merciful heavens, what happened?
Merciful heavens.
Hey, look, there is hair on that head, and it ain't egg-shaped.
Gentlemen, please, I don't understand.
He don't understand. Come on, Mr. Kittredge.
Sure, Mr. Jeffers. We gotta help Mr. Homer Hotchkiss understand.
And that's just what we're going to do, Mr. Hotchkiss. Right in this here water and...
Shame on you gentlemen, to treat a stranger in such an uncouth fashion.
Uncouth fashion? Hey, what in thunder? It's Cordelia. Cordelia Prompton. Now.
All right, Laramie. You too, Coke. Wall-eyed Mavericks had their fun. Now get.
Oh, please pardon my appearance, madam.
No. Put up that gun, Cordelia, before you hurt yourself.
Get, I said, now, vamos.
Hey, come on, Laramie.
And the next time you try anything like this, I'll put a laugh on the other side of your face, you lily-livered Coke.
That gun-toting tornado. All right. This is far enough. You can stop running. Laramie, we've been looking for a way to rob Cordelia's restaurant without getting caught. I found it. And the blame for the robbery will be square on the swallow-tailed shoulders of Mr. Homer Hotchkiss.
Poncho, what in the world are you mumbling about?
Well, Poncho just acting out that play we see up in Phoenix, Cisco.
Well, do it out loud. Let me hear it, too.
All right, Poncho, do this, Cisco. And Poncho play all the parts.
Go ahead.
Here goes. Pay the rent.
I can't pay the rent.
Pay the rent.
I can't pay the rent.
Pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. I'll pay the rent. Perfect.
My hero.
Oh, that is very good, Poncho. You imitate all three of those actors we saw very well.
Oh, see, maybe Poncho ought to go to be an actor on the stage, too, huh?
What is that? Hold on.
Oh, where's this? Oh, Chihuahua. Poncho not believe what Poncho see. That hombre, he riding on the burro backwards.
See, that is it? No, it cannot be. He is tied on that burro and is running away with him. Up there, come on.
Go. Faster, loco.
Faster, Diablo. Come on. As soon as I grab the burro's halter.
Bueno, you got him, Cisco.
Hold there. Ho.
Burro.
We will have you untied in just a moment, senor.
Oh, thank you.
How you get tied on backward on that burro in the first place, senor?
Oh, Dad, 'tis a long story. It does fret me to cause you such a bother.
Do not be sorry for that, senor. It's not a bother to help people when they need it.
Oh, Poncho see you before somewhere, senor.
There, senor. You are untied.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, dear. Truth of the matter is, I am an actor.
Phoenix!
Yeah, Phoenix, see. That's where we see you before. In the play, we see him Phoenix.
It is hard to recognize you without those long mustaches.
I know too well what you mean. I barely recognize myself.
Pay the rent.
Pay the rent.
Zounds, that's it exactly.
See.
Oh, it is the bane of my existence. I'm always cast as the villain in the play.
What has that to do with your being tied on that burro?
Everything. There's a chance for me to play the hero in the next play being produced.
See, you want to be the hero.
Oddbodkins. If I'm to project a realistic performance, even for the tryout, I have to know how a cowboy hero would act. You see, it's a play about the West.
You mean you came to the town of Cottonwood just to find out how a real vaquero acts?
Precisely. I picked this particular town because of the extraordinary aptness of the name. It has a distinct Western flavor.
Cisco, why that actor not talk English?
If you will only listen, Poncho, you will understand this, senor. I am the Cisco Kid, and my compañero's name is Poncho, senor.
A more fitting appellation by far would be Don Quixote and Sancho Panza, sirs. But gallantry by any other name could not be more heroic than you have been. I, gentlemen, am Homer Hotchkiss.
Poncho listen, and Poncho still not sorry.
What about the business of being tied backward on that burro, senor Hotchkiss?
Ah, yea, verily. Those two knaves who are responsible for it have made life miserable for me since my arrival in Cottonwood.
Well, they could have killed you with that kind of a trick.
I mentioned the possibility of my demise to them, Don Cisco, but I fear they have no respect for the life and property of others.
I would like to meet them.
Oh, gee, Cisco put a little respect in them, all right.
Oh, tut-tut, I strongly advise against it, Don Quixote and Sancho Panza. They definitely possess desperate, villainous tendencies, and it is my deeply considered opinion they will not hesitate to murder you with a rapier, dagger, or a bullet in the back.
Sure is a good meal, Cordelia.
Yep, sure is. Laramie and missed your cooking since you've been mad at us, Cordy. Glad you let us come into the cafe and apologize.
Oh, you don't fool me none, Coke Jeffords. The only reason you two come into my cafe and apologize is so as you can get some of my cooking. Not because you're sorry.
Why, Cordy, how can you believe that?
Because I know how good for nothing the two of you are. And I know how you've been deviling and pestering that poor Mr. Homer Hotchkiss.
You're taking quite a shine to him, ain't you, Cordy?
Ain't none of your business. Anyway, he's a real gentleman. And I'm going to beat your empty heads together if you don't let him alone. I wonder where he is now.
Yeah, wonder where he can be. Don't you, Cool?
I sure do, Laramie. How I do wonder.
Well, from the way you talk, you two know more than you're owning up to. I can find out for myself. See, here he comes now. A couple of strangers with him.
Decrease your speed, Melorius, Steve.
Hey, Cook, that big hombre, that's the Cisco Kid.
Yeah, I know. Last time we run into him and Poncho was in Rio Doce.
Only we didn't run into him. He ran us out of town.
I ain't forgetting that. We'll settle our debt with him.
No, my friends, I refuse to mention any names.
Very well, Sr. Homer. It's up to you.
Oh, Cisco, look who here in the cafe.
Well, where have you been, Homer? I've been worried about you.
Oh, I ran into some difficulty on the way over here.
Oh? Them two Mavericks who just come in with you?
Oh, no, Miss Cordelia. They are rare friends beyond compare.
You do not have to tell me the names of the two jackals who have been tormenting you, Senor Homer. I know them.
It's been a long time since Rio Dosa, Cisco. I ain't forgot.
I'm glad you remember, Coke Jefford.
Me and Laramie owe you something for that.
You making threats to Cisco and Poncho, Maverick?
You're included in this threat, fathead.
Fathead, Poncho show
Oh,
you...
Please, gentlemen, I beg of you.
See here now, all of you. What's going on?
Ask Cisco. He's got the long nose and the big mouth.
And this ain't Rio Dosa. You start anything here, Cisco, we'll finish it.
You yellow skulking hyenas. I am going to throw you out of here. Both of you. That is not a threat. It is a promise.
Try it, Cisco. Go ahead, try it. Try it and collect full payment for the debt I owe you. A pine box. And a burial in Boot Hill.
You stay where you are, Cisco. Take another step and Coke and me'll both go for our guns.
Laramie Kittredge. And you too, Coke Jefford. I ain't going to have this restaurant of mine shot up by a couple of buzzards.
These two are all talk, Senora. Like rats, they will not turn to fight unless they are cornered.
All talk, huh? Try cornering us and find out.
You are going out of him, Alec?
Oh, Cisco grabbed that coyote by the back of the collar and the seat of the pantalone.
Let go! Let go of me, you wall-eyed lizard!
Gladly. Now out you go and stay out.
Oh, odd buttons. Verily, Don Quixote Cisco, you are a man of your word.
Now, Laramie Kittredge, your turn.
Keep away from me, Cisco. You try to do the same thing to me you done to Coke, I'll kill you.
Let me see if you can carry out your threat.
Let me go! Let me go!
That is what I intend to do. Right out into the street.
Oh, the same thing for the other Maverick. Grab him by the back of the collar and the seat of the pantalones and out into the street he goes.
Now, that's giving both partners the same treatment. Glad to see you don't show no favoritism, Cisco.
We'll get you with this, Cisco. And it ain't no threat. It's a promise.
The howling of coyotes has more meaning than the barking of those jackals.
Oh, if they try anything, Cisco really beat them up.
Ah, but depend not alone on the valor and strength of brave Don Cisco. For every man, Don Sancho Panza, has his Achilles heel.
Who killed what heel?
No, Poncho. Senor Homer means every hombre has a weak spot.
Oh. Knowing them varmints, I'll tell you, Cisco, they won't rest till they get you. And it'll undoubtedly be with a dry gulch or a bullet in the back.
Oh, hi, boy.
Hey, where you been for the past hour, Coke?
Trying to find out what them buzzards Homer, Cisco, and Poncho are up to, Laramie.
Been a month since Cisco threw us out of Cordelia's restaurant. You ain't found out yet.
Whatever it is, they're sure keeping it a secret. I gotta know why.
If you had as much interest in getting at that cash in Cordy's restaurant, we'd have it by now.
Stop your belly aching. I got that figured out.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's part of what took me so long to get back here. Come here.
Now, what do you want?
Look here in my saddlebag.
Now, what is it?
Can't you tell? A pair of fake mustaches, a long black cape, and a high silk hat. The kind that pops open when you hit it.
Why, they all belong to that actor Homer Hotchkiss, don't they? How'd you get them?
In Homer's hotel room while nobody was looking.
How's that junk going to help us rob Cordy of that money?
The day being Monday, that restaurant is closed, ain't it?
Yeah?
This being the end of the month, she's got all that money them cowpokes spent resting in the cash box.
It adds up.
Of course it does. Now, one of us wears this outfit of Homer's, busts into the restaurant, and helps himself to that cash. That'll be you.
Why me? Why not you?
Because I'm going to be in the alley next to the general store.
What for?
So as I can sound an alarm, the store's being robbed.
Oh, you're plumb local. That'll get me killed.
No. It'll bring that big hero, the Cisco Kid, at a dead run to see who's robbing the store. And at the end of that run, he'll be dead.
Senor Homer, that is wonderful. You shattered every one of those glass bottles.
Oh, he do it again. That Senor Homer, he turned out to be a dead shot.
Thanks, partners. You sure done gave me some good gun learning.
And you have learned to ride a horse like a true vaquero, Senor Homer. I do not think you will have any trouble getting the hero part in the play.
In faith, sir, 'tis most generous of you to say so. I mean, your dad blamed tootin' I won't have no trouble, Cisco, and I got you and Poncho to thank for it.
Oh, you not got to thank us, Senor Homer. I mean, Pancho, you don't have to thank us, Senor. You the good pupil, huh, Cisco, huh?
No matter what way you say it, Poncho, there has been quite a change in Senor Homer.
And it's a change for the better. Ain't it, Cisco?
I think so.
Oh, Pancho thinks so, too.
Well, I'm hoping that little gal back in town will be thinking it, too.
You mean the widow, Cordelia Bromkin?
Yep, Cisco. Since she made me get rid of them specs I used to wear, I can see what a pretty filly she is, as well as I can see how to shoot straight.
Oh, you mean you, Senor Homer, and Senora Cordelia?
Well. Not so fast there, my buckaroo friend, Poncho. I ain't spoke a piece yet to the widow woman. But by the jingle bobs on a pair of bronc spurs, that's just what I'm aiming to do.
Well, good for you, Senor Homer. So you are going to ask Senora Fromkin to be your wife.
Oh, Pancho, not see how that senora can turn you down, Senor Homer.
And by thunder, since the one with spurs is a man of action, there ain't no time like right now to be doing it.
All right, Senor Homer. We will saddle up and ride into town at a high gallop with our 6 guns blazing, so that Senora Cordy can see for herself the reformation of Homer Hotchkiss.
Me and the horses will be ready and waiting, Laramie.
Are you sure Cordy ain't over in the restaurant, Coke?
I told you she's right next door in the general store. I saw her go in there myself while he was putting on that hat and cape.
I hope she don't come out till after I get the money.
Stop worrying. Fix that mustache, Laramie.
Yeah, all right. There. Do I look like Homer now?
Look enough like him to make me want to shove you into that horse watering trough.
Well, don't try it. I'm on my way. As soon as I come out, you start yelling for Cisco.
Get going. I'll draw Cisco out, and then I'll kill him. You just leave that to me.
No slip-ups now.
Go on. Tend to your part of the deal. Tend to mine, all right. Don't need no one to remind me to put a bullet into Cisco's back. Blast of luck. Coming out of the store that way, she's going to spoil this deal. Hi, Cordy.
Yeah? Who is it? Oh, what do you want, Coke Jefferson?
I'd like to have a word with you, Cordy.
What you got to say to me?
Well, you see, it's this way. Laramie and me are sorry for the way we've been acting to Homer Hotchkiss and knowing how you're soft on him.
What you trying to say, Coke Jeffords?
But we ain't going to pester him no more. We're going to be law-abiding citizens.
Oh, go on, you truth polecat. You ain't a fool of nobody. It's just that you're both scared out of your boots for the Cisco Kid.
Why, no, Cordy, honest. Hey, look over there. Your restaurant.
Oh, it's Homer. Coming out the back door. Well, how'd he get in there? I know the place is locked. What's he been doing in my restaurant?
What in tarnation? It's Cisco, Poncho, and some stranger on a hand, a riding and a shooting like they was on a Texas wing day.
Who cares about them at a time like this? Homer! Homer Hotchkiss, what you doing there?
Cordy, look out. He's got a gun. He's going to shoot you.
Homer Hotchkiss, are you out of your head? Homer, how'd you get up on that horse? And them clothes? Hey, that's Maverick by the cafe, ain't you? That's somebody robbing the restaurant.
Get Cisco now, Coke.
Oh, my hand! Homer shot the gun out of my hand. How in thunder?
Ever take this one for you, Homer? Get Jeffers.
Hey, he's as good as that, Cisco! And I don't need no gun to finish you off, Coke Jeffords. Homer, what's come over you?
Why, you lily-livered excuse for an actor. I'll put a finish to your act.
Oh, you snuff-eyed coyote. You come to the finish of this fight right now. Homer Hotchkiss. You've knocked him out.
Senor Cordy, he do that Senor Homer, he one rough, tough hombre.
Ándale, que Luis. Pronto. Get over there with your partner.
All right, Cisco. Don't hit me no more.
You wall-eyed maverick. I owe you the same kind of beating I gave your partner.
Why, Homer Hotchkiss. Don't you never speak to me again.
Well, what's the matter with her?
I do not know yet. But we'll find out as soon as we put these 2 Mavericks behind bars.
go ahead, Senor Homer. Eat some of this good food what Senor Corday make. Oh, it's delicious.
My appetite has flown on wings of sorrow. Ah, woe is me, woe is me. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
That is it, Senor Homer. That has to be the answer.
What? What has to be the answer, Cisco?
To the reason Senora Corday will have nothing to do with Senor Homer. She fell in love with an hombre who was an actor, a poet, and a gentleman.
Ah, yes. You mean she doesn't like my cowboy hero character?
I am afraid not. She sees that around here every day.
Oh, see. Hey, that got to be, Senor Homer. You go ahead. You be like you used to be. See, Poncho bet you that there'll soon be wedding bells if you be like you used to be.
Cisco, you can tell that hombre with you that there's apple pie for dessert. I ain't talking to him.
Now, Senor Homer. Go on. Now is your chance.
Oh, speak to me, fair Cordelia, fair Juliet. For a rose by any other name could smell no sweeter.
Oh, Homer. Homer Hot Kiss.
You see, Senor Homer?
It worked. Oh, now, Senor Homer, Poncho going to borrow that long black cape and the high silk hat and dress up for the wedding.
Well, he hasn't asked me yet, Poncho.
Oh, here on bended knee, love of my life, do I beg of you to be my wife.
Well, sure enough, Homer. There's nothing I'd like better than for you and me to get hitched. But you won't have to be an actor no more. We'll stay right here in Cottonwood and run this here cafe in a gentleman's way.
Whatever your heart desires, my little pigeon.
Senor Homer, this big black cape, it look good on Poncho. And this open up and close up high hat. Oh, Pop, it open up. Oh, it look good on Poncho, too. And now Poncho act for you all the parts of the wedding.
You take this woman.
I do.
You take this man.
I do.
Then I now pronounce you hitched.
Cisco.
Si, Poncho.
Poncho glad Senora Cordy and Senor Homer, they married and they happy now.
Si. And the senora is also happy that Senor Homer will no longer be an actor.
See? Senor Homer, he glad about that, too. He tell Poncho.
He did?
See?
Well, what did he tell you, Poncho?
Well, one time, Senor Homer, he in the play called Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, si. He played the part of Romeo.
See. Well, he slipped and he fall off of the balcony.
Oh, that was embarrassing. I suppose the audience was disappointed?
See, they very disappointed. They disappointed because he able to get up and go on with the play.
Oh, Poncho!
The Cisco Kid comes to you through the facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate our shows in your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook. Join in the conversation by going to OTRWesterns.com/Discord. And don't forget to send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com. This episode is copyright under the attribution, non-commercial, share alike copyright. For more information, go to otrwesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and again, thanks for listening.